So it's about 12:30 in the afternoon, and I am sitting in my car, stalled. This is not an unprecedented state for me. It's an unprecedented state to be broken down, the Veracruz state in Mexico. It's the first time I've been broken down here. No, it's not. It's the second time. Yesterday, day before yesterday was the first time. I broke down exactly the same stuff going on with the gas not getting to the engine in the afternoon, in the late afternoon when I was heading for the beach, all fired up with my naps and everything, and broke down and got pushed down into that Pendex, into Luis Pendex, Pemex station. So I've been sitting, it's hot at 12:30, it's hot, and I'm kind of wilting here. I've been in this one spot I left the Pemex station around 7, broke down and stopped, and I walked down to the church in Barra de La Palmas, little pueblo that was in the middle of the feast of Sacred Heart of Jesus, cleaning up from the night before, and I got a 10-minute video of that. But then it broke down here and wouldn't start. It will not start again. The one ray of hopefulness for getting unstuck, a nice lady named Reina had a bowl of food. She was the second lady I saw this morning who had a bowl or a bundle of food that they get on the bus and go to the local pueblo to sell. And she says at the next pueblo, which is not very far, her son works for a mechanic, and she would talk to him about doing something for me. And I've got a tow strap laid out on the ground out there so people can see I'm on a tow, and my red gas can behind me and my hood open. It's a little surprising to me that so many Mexicans will go by. I'm not used to that, because in Texas I always said it was the Mexican guys with the pickup trucks. Is it because it's a beach community out here? Because it's not salt of the earth farm boys who are doing all the agricultural work up in the mountains? Because I've driven away from that. I'm not sure why for hours nobody stops. So it's my first day as a single guy again in a long time. I had Pancho for 5 years. Pancho might have been 5 years, because 3 years on the road. Pancho 3 years on the road, so I think I've had Pancho 5 years. And then when Pancho died, in the middle of my grief about that, which was mighty, I considered whether it might be a nice thing to be a single guy and free to do whatever. And I had the fantasy that might be true, but I was so broken up, so in so much pain about Pancho dying that I couldn't really go there. And then 2 days later, Magic showed up. And that was a month, March, April, May, June. So a year and a quarter ago. And then in the beginning of April, we got to know Bear on the mechanical compound. And it ended up when we left after 13 days, Bear came with us. And so I had 2 dogs. I was a big-time parent. And then when Bear had his injury 3 weeks ago, I was not only big-time parent, I was parent of a cripple. I was doing rehab work. And I had 2 charges, each with very differing needs. Magic wanting long walks, Bear needing me to do everything for him, pretty much. And on Monday, over the course of several horrific hours, and captured in 7 or 8 videos, I let go of Bear. I said, "You're not trying, you're not helping, you're not pulling your weight." And I understood. It was the street dog in him. I tried to take the dog out of the street. I couldn't take the street out of the dog. He was not about On days when we were just hanging out, it was fine. But on days that I wanted to get him in the truck so we could travel, no, he didn't like that idea at all and did not help and made things dramatically harder for me. And I noticed that I was really starting to melt down. There's lots that's been stressful about our trip: lack of money, language difficulties, incredible heat, mosquitoes keeping me from sleeping at night. I was unraveling, and I had to cut loose the big anchor that was holding me back. And I did everything I could to do it in a very loving way, and there was a really nice little postscript that the guy who was on the scene when I left Magic was really liked, when I left Bear, really liked Bear a lot. And I'll bet he did something for him. Who possibly adopted him, but did something. I didn't really leave him, just leave him. But I grieved tremendously that day. Before I left Bear, I cried and cried and cried. And why am I not crying today about Magic, who's been so much more important to me over the course of a year? Oh, I think I see the tears. I do see the tears. Right there, my eyes are getting really tight. Oops. Yeah, okay. Okay. Leaving Bear made it easier. I had seen, because I had really been going, holy shit, look at all the parenting. Look at all the responsibilities I have, and I'm trying to make this trip happen in a foreign country. And suddenly I'm so loaded up with responsibilities. So cutting loose of Bear really, in addition to being so sad and so hard and so painful and scary, felt really good the next day. Oh my God, life is going to be so much easier. And then when it turned out that Magic really had picked up some bad habits from Bear, had gotten defiant, never before. He always was all about pleasing me, but suddenly he realized, hey, if I'm back here in the shade, and he wants me to go out in the sun to get in the truck, and I don't like the truck, Bear has shown me that I can just say no. I'll just say no. So he was doing that. He was doing that. And yesterday, when it was really hot and the car was breaking down, I was under tremendous stress, and he pulled that shit. I did what I thought I never would ever do again, scare him to drive a ways. And I drove a ways, and he caught up real easy, and he still didn't want to get in the car. So I screamed at him, and that probably didn't help get him towards the car. But I was so mad. You have no idea how hard all this is. And your company has made it better for a year, but now you're making it harder. Now it's all harder because of you. And you've become an enemy to me because you're going to keep me from succeeding. You're going to keep me... I have to survive, okay? I will cry, but I have to survive. I'm going to fucking survive, man. And you're not going to stop me. And if you have to be on the street, do whatever you do. But it's not my problem anymore, because I have to do this for me. I have to. And I will. And I have. I've done it. He's gone. He's a long ways behind me now. A lot of miles behind me now. Probably 30 miles behind me now. It's gone. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done.